The Liberal Democrats have launched their general election manifesto this morning, saying the party would hardwire fairness into British society. They're promising fair taxes, a shake-up of the education system, constitutional change and honesty about plans to cut the budget deficit. Their leader, Nick Clegg, said his policies combined hope and credibility. So how does the Liberal Democrat manifesto set them apart from Labour and the Conservatives? Well, the party have pledged to make £15 billion of spending cuts from 2012, which will help them to raise the level at which you start paying income tax to £10,000. They also plan to raise the state pension and make savings by scrapping, for example, the controversial ID card scheme. Well, the Tories say the proposed tax cuts aren't credible, while Labour say they don't add up. Our political correspondent Gary O'Donoghue reports.
Into the lion's den for the Liberal Democrats as they chose the City of London to launch their manifesto, with its tax on bankers' bonuses and a promise to force the banks to lend more to businesses. The Lib Dems promised no glitz and no glamour, just honesty, they say.
Our manifesto will hardwire fairness into British society. This isn't a promise, it's a plan.
So what's in their manifesto? The Lib Dems say they'll introduce a levy on properties worth more than £2 million to help pay for a rise in tax allowances, so no one pays tax on the first £10,000 of their income. The party says it will be more candid about cutting the deficit than the others, and so the manifesto says further tax rises can't be ruled out.
We will close loopholes that unfairly benefit those at the top, clamp down on tax avoidance, introduce a new mansion tax and increase aviation duties. It's because we're being straightforward about those tax rises that you can put trust in our tax cuts.
On hospitals and schools, the party won't ring-fence any part of health spending in England, like the others are promising, because they say bureaucracy needs cutting. And they want to reduce class sizes in England and give those schools with poorer pupils more money.
I simply don't believe it's fair that in Britain today, a child's chances in life are determined more by their parents' bank balance than by their own hopes and dreams. So under the Liberal Democrats, there'll be more money in your local school to give your children the individual attention that they need to thrive.
On political reform, the party wants proportional representation for Westminster elections. They also want the public to be able to sack MPs between elections if they've broken the rules. And they believe that political parties should only be able to take donations of up to £10,000 from individuals annually to pay for campaigning. Nick Clegg described his party's manifesto as hope married to credibility.
If we do things differently for once, if we learn from the mistakes of the past and try something new, we can turn anger into hope, frustration into ambition, recession into opportunity for everyone.
Nick Clegg's pitch is that only his party will be candid about the challenges ahead for the city, for banking and the economy. And to prove they're serious, they've published a whole bunch of figures and tables to show how their sums add up. That will invite some intense scrutiny of their ideas, particularly with the opinion polls well into hung Parliament territory, and what that could mean for the party in any post-election negotiation. Gary O'Donoghue, BBC News, Central London.
Well, as part of our series of general election reality checks, let's do some number crunching now with our economics editor.